Roses are red, a lot of money was spent, a girl wanted a K-pop birthday party, but her dad did not know which Korea she meant. Yes, he did. Hi again, guys, and today we're going to be looking at parents are freaking dumb, and this dad is not one of those dumb parents. He absolutely knew. This is like an admittedly funny gag, but not one you pull on your kid. This is like if you're throwing a surprise birthday party for a friend of yours who's really into K-pop. I only recognize the existence of a single unified Korea. I wasn't sure which we were talking about. It had to be Kim Jong-un. We've done videos where we look at kids being really stupid, but that is mostly precluded to like toddlers being dumb because they just don't have fully developed brains. In this case, we do have parents who are, you know, being really dumb about parenting, but the kids can like technically be adults. They just have to be the son, daughter, or child of a parent for the parent to be qualified as a dumb parent. So we're spreading our wings, getting a bit of a wide variety on this one, and if you guys enjoy this video, this card at the end will take you to us looking at dumb 0 IQ children. And be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Not only mowing in sandals, but letting the toddler help. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like much of a rugged man, aka I can't afford a house and therefore don't have a lawn to mow. Is the fear that the kid's gonna accidentally walk a few too many steps ahead and then just like accidentally put their toes in the lawnmower, get them cut off? That wouldn't be good, I don't think. But then again, why have like a child height handlebar for pushing the lawnmower if it wasn't meant for toddlers to be helping out with yard work? As far as I'm concerned, you're just getting him in on the family tradition early. Here we have baby throwing. Dude, it looks exactly like the papyrus pose where he just jumps out of Undyne's window, like just frame perfect. Nina, can we have that superimposed over top, please? I'm concerned like how close the mom over here is to like falling off the rock as is. This dad is like straining, bro. You can tell his tongue is on the roof of his mouth with the way like the tendons in his neck are just like tensed to hell. That said, this is like aerodynamic as fuck. It really does seem like they've done this before. I'm not saying that like you should throw your baby over like a gigantic gap between two mountains, but if you do it successfully, the more you do it, objectively, you're gonna get better at it. It's the same idea with drunk driving. You shouldn't do it, but my child makes a mistake and needs nurture. Why not throw a tantrum and traumatize my child instead? Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you basically set up a trip line for him to trip over, like, at some point. Even if he wasn't on his little toy car, he probably would have gotten his foot caught on that and started crying. You low-key got lucky that only the vase got injured and the kid is alright. Throws toy car. You're just making a bigger mess than the kid did. What's the lesson learned here? I can understand like momentary frustration, like going like a god damn it. But then, you know, you gotta pull yourself together, be the adult in the room, clean up best you can, make sure the kid's okay, and be like, you need to be more careful. What were you thinking? What if you got hurt? That sort of thing. Instead, she just starts jogging in place. I'm really not sure what's up with the soundtrack choice of this video. Like, it sounds like the Causeway scene from Captain America Winter Soldier. Also, just a quick reminder that you can use code Kwite to get 10% off Cheeky. Cheeky is a soap brand that I use pretty much exclusively nowadays. It's like moisturizing, and I can attest to that because I have very dry skin, and I really need that shit to work, and thankfully it does. You can get the soap on a subscription service, so like, you're not like worrying about cycling it out or running out. And if you do, it really supports the channel. Oh, this one's fucking good. I got shit-faced at the casino, so I had my 10-year-old come get me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. Dude, he's low-key like whipping that shit. He low-key knows what he's doing. Oh, he's one-handed it. He's doing like the little like one-handed steering wheel. That's a kid who's experienced behind the wheel. Honestly, this seems like a win-win to me. If I get shit-faced at the club, my kid can come pick me up because they know how to drive. What's like more morally reprehensible? Me getting behind the wheel after I've had like 20 drinks in 2 hours? Technically, I'm the one with the license, so like it's at all legal for me to drive if I just hadn't had those 20 drinks. It's not legal in any case for the 10-year-old to drive. But case in point, that 10-year-old didn't have 20 shots in the space of 2 hours. It's a real moral conundrum. Leave your answer to this scenario in the comments below. Mom ruins her sister's wedding by not watching her children. My sister and her bride were having a beautiful first dance until my 3 kids thought they needed some company. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is gonna go down really badly, isn't it? Are they like throwing fish on the floor, dude? It can be like cute for a moment, but you better get off your ass and stop taking pictures of the kids and actually let your sister have her first dance. Otherwise, like, it's not a cute little thing that, like, nobody intended to happen. They don't do that. Instead, the fire department gets called on your sister's wedding because he opened a sparkler and accidentally burnt himself, and they called the fire department. I would be so pissed if I was the sister. Like, I am not an advocate for physical violence, but I don't think you could blame her if she just, like, just fucking gave you one across the cheek. It's hard to take it out on the kids because they're, you know, kids, single-digit age. But oh man, I would fucking be pissed as hell. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Saw this shared on a Facebook group. Oh my god, yeah. I feel like the really dumb part about the parents in scenarios like this is the shamelessness with which they're willing to broadcast that they let this happen. From the produce shack, trigger warning, lol, believe it or not, but someone called the health department to make a complaint about my kid in the apple bin. What a sad person they must be. Listen, I don't want to dunk on the kid too hard. It really is the parent's responsibility to pull him out of there and be like, that is not okay. And then you probably also have to let the people running the store know, yeah, we might have introduced a biohazard into like a bunch of fruit produce. But kids are famously unhygienic. Your kid probably got like all sorts of snot, piss, and bodily fluids just like in the mixture of the apples. And the worst part is you basically have to throw out the entire bin, potentially the stuff next to that bin as well, because you can't tell what's been contaminated or not. Given I have never seen apples being sold in like a big enough bin like this where it could damn near be an actual ball pit. Like, such a waste of food, man. Like, Jesus Christ. This is how they get them E. coli leaks. Giving your child a beer can. Okay, would you rather be the dad who gives his child a beer at age like 7? Or would you rather be the dad who gets shit-faced, doesn't give your kid alcohol, but does have your 10-year-old son drive you home from the function because you can barely stand up? Probably the first. It could be like one of those things where it's like, well, he keeps asking, and then he tastes it, and he's like, I fucking hate alcohol. And then they never want to ask you again. You make the stankiest face you ever have and swear off drinking alcohol forever until you go to college. No title needed. Oh my god, this one is just so on its face bad. Starting her love for the water young. Don't worry, we kept it safe and smooth for this little wave rider. That child is not wearing a life vest. Like, dude, it doesn't matter how smooth you think it went. If you, like, lose your grip at any point, she is not swimming to the top. That motherfucker is sinking. Actually, that might not be true. I remember hearing at one point that babies have, like, an instinctual response to, like, position themselves in a way where they float in water. Oh, shit. You know, you still shouldn't do this, but this is a fun fact. We are fucking not using Google AI. Infant swimming is the phenomenon of human babies and toddlers reflexively moving themselves through water and changing their rate of respiration and heart rate in response to being submerged. I'm gonna be honest, that baby's probably a bit more locked in about the situation than you are at all about being a father. I have good memories of, like, you know, doing water sports as a kid. Oh, well, pause. Holy shit. Fuck it. Oh, wow. That phrasing did not click for a second. I went tubing as a kid. And it was fun, but I was like able to walk and run on my own accord and knew how to swim by then. And I had a life vest on, not a fucking nappy. Okay. Oh, dear mom. Happy Mother's Day to the woman who called the cops on me when she didn't find me in my room sleeping in the middle of the night and thought I snuck out of the house. I was downstairs in the kitchen eating cereal. And also, I'm 22. It's a good sign that your mother was concerned about your missingness. I think the thing really missing here was the number. You know, like the glitch Pokemon. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm a gamer. But like, holy fucking overreaction, Batman. Who says Batman after sentences? What the fuck is wrong with me, dude? I'm like catching little quirks I say out loud and I'm just like internally wincing. Good lord. At least your mom was like concerned about you. Like the overreaction probably wasted emergency services resources, but hey. Better a false call than, like, not have called at all and it'd be terrible, I suppose. They graded her daughter's homework. My daughter was, quote-unquote, graded a 7 out of 10 and a 14 out of 10 in her homework, just to color some objects. Last week and 2 weeks ago. So I wrote in her correspondence book that 14 out of 10 was an error. Wait, are you, like, trying to bump your kid's grade back down? It's like, nah, you do not get to double my kid's score. I guess that's, like, some integrity to parenting. You want it to be an actual reflection of the kid's achievements so you have, like, a realistic framework of what you need to do in order to teach them and raise them. Still, that's not what this was at all. School replied, Tara's mom, those were dates. We do not grade toddlers. I am embarrassed for myself. And you know what? I don't think that what you did here makes you a dumb parent. I think this is like a bit of an embarrassing moment. Having shame and being embarrassed about it is a good sign. Like, you're making a real effort here, which I will give you credit for. Today, I fucked up by letting my 4-year-old son talk to ChatGPT. Oh god, dude. I think we saw this one before, and it fucking hurts every time I see see it. This is the sort of shit I'm like concerned about, like when I hear that you guys have 8 hours a day of full work shift of character eye interaction every single day, every week. The gray matter of these kids' brains are going to be so interesting when they grow up. Today I fucked up by letting my 4-year-old son talk to ChatGPT. I've had a rough week. After listening to my 4-year-old son regale me with the adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine for 45 minutes, I tapped out. I needed to do other stuff, so I opened ChatGPT, put it on chat, introduced it to my son, and then gave the phone to my son and told him to tell the computer all about Thomas and Friends. You know those things where people say like giving a kid an iPad too young will like rot their brain because it's just infinite scroll? Same with like why your parents probably didn't want you to have a smartphone when you were too young. This is like that cranked to fucking 1,000. Listen, son, daddy's had a long day at work. Can you talk to the horrors about trains so I can have a little bit of a break? Thanks. After about 2 hours, I went looking for my phone. And the fact he forgot, like, if you didn't even set a fucking time limit, dude. So I could text a friend and found my son still talking to ChatGPT about Thomas the Tank Engine. I think adding like a voice to text function that like works pretty effectively might have been like one of the biggest reasons that this whole thing is cooked. Kids that can't read can have conversations with ChatGPT because of speech to text and text to speech. And they can make the speech literally just sound like SpongeBob. It's crazy. My son thinks ChatGPT is the coolest train-loving person in the world. The bar is set so high, now I am never going to be able to compete with that. I don't even know if the dad posted this in like genuine despair or if he just thought it was like a cute little anecdote, but I find this story to be genuinely horrifying. And the Mother of the Year award goes to... Oh wait, I actually remember seeing this video. This mom's low-key a finesser, and if you don't think she was being smart as shit with this, then you just don't know ball.
And the Mother of the Year award goes to...
Yeah! Dude, I'm gonna be so for real. That mom probably did not want to sit in the splash zone at all. That kid is probably getting everything he wants out of forcing his family to sit there, and the mom gets to stay as dry as she can. She's just holding it up like a hard light shield at Halo 4, man. Fucking little Reinhardt barrier, that Doctor Strange thing. Do you think that kid can deflect projectiles like Cap's shield does in Marvel Rivals? On r/Uber drivers, dude, Uber drivers just meet some of the most unique individuals you'll ever find. Sometimes it's the other way around where like an Uber driver you get in like a random city you've never been to before will be like a one-of-a-kind individual with tales that might alter the trajectory of your life. But then you have shit like this. A passenger left her baby in my SUV to make sure I didn't leave at her stop. Like, holy fuck. It's like, hey, I need to run into the store to get some stuff real quick. Can you watch my baby? Thanks. And hey, don't put him on the sidewalk just because he's not your kid or drive off with him, because then you'll either be charged with child endangerment or kidnapping. Truly a foolproof plan. Like, you've like entrapped this guy into watching your kid and being a babysitter for the low, low price of whatever Uber deigns to give their employees. I hope this is fake. I'm almost certain it is. See, this girl's clearly like working on this puzzle and has been for ages.
Yes! All right, high five.
The collapse to the ground was too quick. I think this was a bit. Like, we only have one frame, but like, it didn't look like the girl was crying. It looks like she was trying to hold it a laugh. If that is fake, that's like just a dumb, fun little bonding moment between father and daughter. I think it's cute. If it's fake, I can't say for sure. Wait, actually, no, we need to see what the sister says. Okay, maybe it's not fake. I feel significantly worse than I did 5 seconds ago. Here we have a nice tradition at this little girl's birthday party. Oh, it's the classic put the head in the cake thing. Oh, so it's okay when you make her do it, but when she wants to do it of her own free will, suddenly it's not okay? It's like, wait, no, you're only supposed to get one head bash. We actually want to eat a little of it. Low-key, that's how you know that is your kid. They just immediately take to the family tradition of smacking faces into birthday cakes. And then she wipes the cake on her hands, on her face, because that's just what's... Just starts throwing it like a snowball fight, too. This kid's awesome, dude. Doubling down goes right. This is really sad, says this person. This is my mom, and it's, just her laying in bed on the iPhone. Listen, kids, sometimes mommy just needs her iPhone in bedtime. You don't take that away from a person, especially after a long day of caregiving and or working at the office. It is non-negotiable, and it is a large part of why I am able to stay stable enough to raise you. My 12-year-old is into scary movies, but complained they aren't scary enough. You never trust a kid when they say that, because the next thing you know, they go and create fucking Earthbound and make the final boss Gygas. Like, kids don't have a good metric for what they are genuinely scared by or where the cutoff is. We just watched The Descent. And wow, you don't always know when you fuck up as a parent, but this was a big one. Oh, dude, my kid says they really like horror movies, but I'm gonna put them onto a Serbian film. Don't watch a Serbian film. I haven't, and I don't even know where you can find it. I would prefer not to try and look. Dad had to improvise. My husband dressed his son on this day. Oh my fucking god. What the hell? Apparently he couldn't find any clean socks. So he's like, let's put a gardening glove on that foot. I'm surprised that even fits in the shoe. If the kid walked around in that all day, bro, he's gotta have like crazy calluses. 10 out of 10 for creativity. Dumbassery is much more like it. This sounds delicious. And it's a cross post from r/infuriating but awesome. What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, the milk's going in the air and coming out the other end. I'm gonna record this instead of telling the mom that she's feeding the baby the wrong way. Insane. Anyways, that's all for this video. That card I mentioned should be on screen. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss an upload. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I'll see y'all next time.